So we have a couple Rogan clips. One is a clip of Joe Rogan addressing the left's obsession with paying more taxes and not cutting waste. And I think there's some curse words in this because Joe Rogan, but you guys have been warned.
Really crazy to me is when people say the rich should pay more taxes. Okay, fine. But where do you think that's going? Where's that going? Where is the money going? Is the money going to the federal government? Do you think they're good at it? Do you think they're good at managing your money? Have you paid attention to all the shit Elon's fucking uncovered? 37% is when you make over $609,000 a year. That's you, motherfucker.
Well, that's me last month.
This is the thing. It's like, I'm happy to pay tax if I thought that they were doing a great job. But it's just you are being strong-armed into giving money to people that do a really shitty job of protecting your money and investing it in the country. It's a lot of it is going to bureaucracy and bullshit and a bunch of things that you don't have any say in. If you could like opt out of it, if you could like imagine if you like pick what you know, if you had like a whole tax sheet, would you like your money to go to? Would you like your money to go to overthrowing governments? No. Like, what if the federal government's budget was entirely based on the will of the people? Like, you get to choose. Like, how much of your money you want to put into drone strikes in Yemen? I say, I don't want zero of my money going to.
Wouldn't that be amazing if it was based on the will of the people?
Years. And you know what? It would be a great study. And also for the government going, hey, you know what? It may be a surprise. We want a strong, powerful military, but, you know, we don't want a lot of this other crap. We don't want, you know, you may find some people say, no, I don't want Medicare and Medicaid. You may find people who say, if you gave the people the opportunity, I think the people would surprise what government thinks they want their money to go to.
Yep. And if we can actually control it, like in real time, I want my money to go here, but not here.
Yeah.
God, I would love that. It would be great because it's true. Listen, taxes are inevitable, just like death. We know that. So, but if I could just figure out a way to tell them, I want my taxes here, but not over here, it would be amazing. That's why I just love that clip. I thought that was a great clip. Also, you guys, Rogan had on Douglas Murray. There's a lot of clips floating around X. He's so good.
He and Dave Smith,
right. And people are saying that Dave Smith was sort of like a buffer for him because Douglas Murray ended up sort of interviewing Joe Rogan.
And he kind of hammered Joe Rogan as well.
He did. He really did about the Israel stuff. He did. It is a good interview. If you get a chance, go watch it. There's a lot of clips on X you can find. But I just have one clip. It's very, very short. And it kind of goes back to how I feel. I feel very seen on this because it's kind of how I feel about libertarians and or independents. And I love this clip. You guys check it out.
Broadly speaking, and I'm sort of funny about libertarians. I'm never quite sure. I always say I think libertarians are essentially the bisexuals of politics. They should just choose, Joe. They should choose. It's kind of, they just want everything at the buffet.
That's very funny.
Well, I think we want some things. I don't know. Okay, that's a weird way to put it, but I see your point.
I love that so much.
He stole my line.
I love it. He was kind of uncomfortable. He's like, oh, it's a weird way to put it. That's actually a great way to put it.
I've used that forever.
Isn't it great?
It's the non-binaries of, you know, it's like one day I'm feeling very Republican. The next day I'm feeling kind of, Democrat.
You're non-committal. Just pick a lane. God, I hate it. Like, this is the thing. People here will say, I'm independent. It's like, okay, you're a bisexual then.
You know, libertarians are an odd bunch because you have very left-leaning libertarians and you have very right-leaning libertarians, and they fight amongst themselves because, you know, it's never enough freedom, or we've got to have a little bit of this and you're not really part of the club. It's kind of like crypto can get sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no true independent because we don't have a third or fourth party. So you have to choose this. You just don't want to make that choice until the end is really what it is.
They say, I think that they want to be nonconformist, but in nonconforming, they're conforming. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you have no choice. The problem is you have no choice. And we have a system that's like, it's Coke and Pepsi got together and said, all right, it's between you and I. Let's not let anybody else in this game. We'll do everything we can to make sure it's just between you and I. So that way we're always winning, one of us. So,
Right.
and it's frustrating because it's just, we don't have, I would love to see great independent people who come in who, to me, independent is I'm not beholden to a party, or I may have an ideology, but I'm not beholden to the donors. I want what's best for America. I'm not here forever. I'm here for a finite amount of time in politics to do the right thing for America and leave.
I think you can say that you're a conservative and a Republican without being beholden to anybody.
Not anymore.
Really? Because
No.
I mean, I feel that way. I'm like, I'm a conservative and I'm a Republican, but nobody owns me.
But
know?
well, but think about
I still have free will.
But think of the world of politics, though. Everybody's tribal, right? So if you say something wrong, you know this. You say one thing wrong, you're out of the tribe, right? I mean, how many times have you come out and said, I'm not really a fan of what Trump did there, and 5,000 MAGA people come after you? You're out of the tribe.
It's
And
true.
But think about it from a political point of view. If you're a politician, you can't. Very few will go up against Trump or even say anything outside of Thomas Massey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what happens? We're going to kick you out of the tribe. We're going to primary you.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. But as an individual that's not in politics, like we just do what we do, or just a person walking around, I don't feel like I'm beholden to anybody, like as just a citizen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always tell everybody I'm a Ronin when it comes to politics. Ronin is a samurai who doesn't have a master. They just wander.
There you go. Yeah.
You should be Ronins.
Bisexual Ronins. There you go.